So that was the other way around. So the previous lesson essentially was asking for a geometric series, and the formula, oops, what happened here? What's happening here? And the formula is Sn, so the sum of a number of terms of a geometric sequence is the same as our first value of the sequence multiplied by 1 minus r to the n, and that's all over 1 minus r. Now, in this case, it was obviously clear that we are looking for what's on the left-hand side of the equation. Now, in this case, we have been given that value already over here. So let's just substitute for that one. 7700 is the same as our first value, which is this one here. Let's put that into the equation as well. 196608. And now there are some things that we don't know yet, and that's r, and we do not know our n, because that is literally what they're asking for. How many terms? You know, that Sn, how many terms? So that's going to be an unknown, and then it's 1 minus r. So let's just find r quickly. Sorry. R, we said, is the next term wherever you are, n plus 1, so the next term divided by this term. Now, if we happen to be here, then that's the next term. If we happen to be here, then that's the next term. So let's just go with term 2 and 3. So we take the third term and divide it by the second term, which is 147456. Now hopefully that gives us a decent number, and only the calculator will tell us. So let's just put that in and have a look here. So we go, don't need any of that. So we go 110592, and we want to divide that by 147456, and that happens to be 0.75. Well, that's not such a bad number, so let's just go with 0.75. It's no surprise that this is a number smaller than 1, because our terms, or the value of the terms, is going down. So 0.75 and 0.75. Now we have substituted everything, and we left with one variable, and in our case, let's do both ways of solving that equation. Okay, let's bring that out of the way, and let's do that again. So we want to have a, so to the very left of this one, we type in 707700 equals the same as 196608 brackets 1 minus 0.75 to the power of, let's use x in this case instead of an n, because we can, and we divide that by 1 minus 0.75. Next thing is we want to select all of these. We want to go to interactive, we want to go to advanced, we want to go to solve, and because we have selected it beforehand, it copies everything that was selected into that equation box. And there, the second box, it's asking for which variable do you want to solve, and we want to solve for x because there's only one variable. We say okay, and n happens. Now that happened before, that's a bit odd. So n happens to be 8. Okay, so we need 8 terms in order to find that particular sum. Now the other way solving that problem is in the sequence mode. So if we just bring that over here and go to explicit, and we want to clear everything here, we bring in our sequence rule, and our sequence rule is 196608 multiplied by 0.75 to the power of n minus 1. So we bring our keyboard up, exponent, n is up here, n minus 1. So that's a generic one. We only need to know two information, a and r. Everything else stays the same. When we hit execute, we get a tick, meaning that this is our input. Then we generate the sequence, and we have made sure that the sum column is also displayed. Now we just go down and wait until we find the 707700, read across and find that it takes 8 terms, n equals 8 terms, to find the sum of 707,700. That's the one. And that's all.